Hey everyone, I wanted to make this video just to show a little bit of behind the scenes of how I make a pedal demo. I just finished the Astronaut 3 demo and it's a really cool pedal, and whenever I make these demos I always spend a lot of time on just this 1-minute clip that I end up using for Instagram and the intro to my YouTube videos. But what's really kind of disheartening about it is that it takes a lot of time to write and it takes a lot of time to record different layers, and it's not something that easily gets portrayed in a YouTube video when it just is played for a minute and then it's gone forever and you just move on to the next video. So I wanted to kind of take a minute to show you all the parts of this particular one, because I think I had 8 or 9 layers to this, which you may or may not be able to hear and tell in the actual demo. So I wanted to just show you guys my recording process, my writing process, and a little bit of behind the scenes and a little more in-depth look at this particular pedal. So let's go ahead and jump on the computer and I'll show you guys how I did this.
All right, well, here is my Reaper session, and yeah, I had to fix a couple things because it looks like my kids came in and messed with some panning and stuff. So it should be similar, but it might be a little bit messed up. And also I did a test recording in OBS trying to screen capture, and I think the audio device is conflicting which program it's trying to use. So when I play back some of this audio, you'll maybe hear some clicks and stuff that wasn't originally there, but I think the screen recording capture software is messing with it. So I do apologize if you hear any pops or clicks or dropouts. I'll try to fix it as much as I can in post, but I can't guarantee that any of this is going to work, so just bear with me. Anyways, when I wrote this project, usually I'll start out with a riff or some sort of sound that I like, and there's a lot of ambient tones and a lot of different things in this Astronaut pedal that I like, and I didn't really know where to start. So what I ended up doing, and this ends up being the case for a lot of projects, is I started out with some drums. I went through the song selector and found a couple of beats. I dragged them in there and then went through the kits. And yeah, you can see there's just a lot of kits here, and you can go through all the different templates that they have for different types of drums and things. And you can go in and mess with the snare settings and kick settings and type of kick. So if you want to use this kick, which I really like this one. So anyways, let's go ahead and hear those soloed. Anyways, we won't focus on the drums too much. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up on how I do the drums, because that is a question that comes up quite a bit, is how I program the drums. What do I do with the drums? So hopefully that gives you a little look. Originally, when I wrote this song, I started with these 2 tracks here, and you'll notice that these sections are in groups of 2, and it's a 1 and a 2. I should have named them left and right because these are all basically left and right channels. One channel is just the Astronaut pedal directly into my interface, and the other one is going through the Olympic preamp, which is mainly used just as an amp coloration for one side, and that just keeps the left and right side interesting, because when you're dealing with layers and layers of stuff, you kind of want to separate the sounds a little bit. It just makes the track a little more interesting. So let's hear, this is originally the sound that I made. It has a little bit of a shimmer, and I'm also going to put the picture of these. These weren't meant to be B-roll or be used for anything except for my reference. So when I went to shoot B-roll later, I knew that the settings that I used, and then if I needed to punch in any parts or wanted to remember a setting, I have these pictures. So I'll throw that picture up, but again, don't judge me by the quality of these pictures. So let's go ahead and hear this first sound. Again, it has some shimmer on the top end, and yeah. The next one that I went to was this arpeggiated track. Again, I'll throw the picture up. And this one was the main focus of the song for a while. I had this recorded from the beginning. It's mainly the Astronaut, same thing as this, left and right channel into the Olympic, but here's how that sounds. And we'll add that other sound in. And so for this outro part here, or for the second half of it, it gets really big and I needed something to fill it out. So what I did was play some chords through a fuzz pedal, which is the Electro Harmonics what is that? The Green Russian reissue fuzz. It's like $70 or $80. Super cheap, super small, big muff fuzz, but it sounds really, really good. Especially on bass, it retains the low end when you want it to. For this one, I really didn't want to retain that low end. I just wanted something that sounded like a guitar, but was more in the background. I ran that again, left, right through the Olympic, but both channels are through the Astronaut on a reverb setting. I don't know if I have this one or not. If I have the picture, I'll show it. But otherwise, it's just a regular sounding, big sounding reverb. And then towards the end here, I kind of go from chords into single notes. And that kind of gives it some interest at the end when it fades out and the last couple chords of the song. So let's hear all of this stuff so far in context. So what you heard so far is about all I had for the song for a while, and I was just jamming over some lead bass lines, and it wasn't quite filling out the way I wanted it to, and I wasn't really happy with the way the arpeggiated thing sounded at the beginning, so I wanted something else to go for the intro, and so I ended up writing this little piece with just a simple like half chord, just two note chords that I really like to use a lot because anything more than that on bass tends to get muddy, and I really like the way this sounded with the reverb pedal, again left right with the Olympic. So let's hear how that sounds. I did fade it in right here because this wasn't originally used for the intro. It was used more for the rest of the song, and so I just, instead of recording it again, I just took this part and looped it again. So we can hear all the ambient parts together without the bass, lead bass, and without the drums. After I got all of these, reverb ambient tones for this song, I needed something to fill out the low end. So I recorded a couple takes of the bass. Some of these are just straightforward, steady notes with very little fills. And some of these are just noodles the whole way through, just messing around, different ideas. So we'll go ahead and solo, I guess this one right here. I don't know what this one sounds like. Hopefully I don't embarrass myself because these weren't used for the track. So that one you can hear, I was using the low end on the 5-string, and I didn't end up using that because the register of it wasn't cutting through quite as much as what I ended up doing with the higher register. And then it ended up being a little bit busier as far as this fill here. So yeah, I didn't end up using something busy like that. And then, yeah, there's just a lot of random things, but what I ended up settling on was a good balance of a straightforward, repeatable melody, lead line, whatever you want to call it, bass line, and something that was interesting. So I just kind of cut different parts together, put it up here, and yeah, that was my bass line for the song. So that's really it for the intro. It was a lot of work, layering these things, and it's a lot of fun. This is one of my favorite things to do, is just getting an idea and being able to layer it, and having tools like, these pedals and software like this where you can do all this stuff is really fun. So that's about it for this video, you guys. Let me know what you think. If you like these behind the scenes style videos, if you want to see other things around my studio, if you want to see, me filming or me writing, things like that, let me know what you guys think, because I wouldn't mind doing more of these. I really like diving in behind the scenes stuff on things that I watch, like behind the scenes of movies or whatever, seeing blooper reels, things like that. I really like that. So I'm assuming other people might like that as well. So if you liked it, let me know. If you didn't like it, you can let me know too. I'm always, open to criticism if something was wrong or the audio was off or whatever. I don't care. It doesn't hurt my feelings. So you guys can be honest. If you don't like it, just tell me and I won't do it anymore. But if you did like it, let me know. So that's it for me, you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.